The film that I chose to do was 12 Years a Slave. Overall, I really enjoyed the film, although it was very graphic and hard to watch at times. For example, they didn't hold much back when they showed like the beatings and such of the slaves, and it made it really, really uncomfortable to view, I guess. As far as the film style, I think that the director made some really good choices. All of the music was very melancholy. For example, when Solomon was first caught and he was locked up in the cellar and chained up, there was almost like a background sound that kind of gave like a very surreal feeling to it. Another example is when Solomon and Patsy were uh, when they were getting intimate with each other on one of the first nights together. The music was very like soft and um, kind of like depressing sounding, for lack of a better word. As far as the film cinematography, I think that they did a really good job with like the lighting and different like filters and moods that were applied to the film. For example, when Solomon, again when he was first captured, the lighting was very dark in the cellar and it gave a very like depressing tone to it. Um, I really like the dialogue that was used, like the different, like kind of like the accents that they had within the film. I think the characters did a really good job at conveying like what the dialogue sounded like back in that time. I think that the producers did a really good job at casting. I can't pronounce any of their names, but the man who played Solomon, he did a really good job, I feel like, of conveying all of the struggles and hardships that Solomon actually went through. And from reading the different parts of the book that I looked at, it was very accurate as to what Solomon was feeling. I think that the woman who played Patsy was very talented as well. In the part when she was forced to leave her children and she was sold onto the Epps plant, she was crying when they arrived, and she did a really good job at just like expressing what a mother would have felt being separated from her children because of that. Um, Overall, I will recommend this film for sure, but it's definitely not very easy to view. It kind of made me sick to watch, and I had to stop at certain parts. I think that the film was very historically accurate, and from my research, it was. There were a few scenes added here and there to add more like emotion and depth to the film, but like as far as the actual story, it pretty much lined up exactly with what Solomon went through and wrote about in his book. Um, and I think that the different choices that they made as far as like scenery and like different equipment used and outfits and things like that were very accurate to what would have been seen during that time. So overall, I really did enjoy the film, and I think that it was a very educational film to watch. It really showed me a lot about what actually went on during slavery, and it almost makes me sick to think about it because it really just puts everything into a new perspective for me.